On this episode of Beyond the Check, we're in the small town of Athens, Ohio. Nestled in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, Athens is known for being home to the Ohio University Bobcats, one of the #1 party schools in the country, as well as its hilly landscapes, haunted history, and artistic locals. It is also home to one of the most unique and hidden gems of a restaurant in the country, the one and only Purple Chopstick, which has been serving up its eclectic cuisine and its colorful atmosphere for nearly 30 years. A family heirloom, the restaurant has been passed down through generations to the current worker owners, Asia and Gabe Fisher, who have been manning the helm of the restaurant for the last 12 years and have kept up the traditions that have made this uniquely Athens restaurant an ongoing local treasure, still waiting for many to discover. Hi, I'm Rashawn Parker, writer, director, and producer. But like many before me, I worked in the service industry for over 20 years. So now I'm hitting the road to find some of the best worker-owned restaurants I can find. Find out about their lives, the history of the restaurant, and of course, try some of the best dishes they have to offer. So join me, my wife and crew, as we go Beyond the Check, Worker Owner Edition. All right, welcome to the pilot episode of Beyond the Check, Worker Owner Edition. It's going to be a family matter. Heading to Athens, Ohio to hang out with my sister and her husband, who own a little restaurant called Purple Chopsticks. It's eclectic. It's eclectic to say the least. We're going to find out all about it. The wife's here to help, and we're going to go pick up my sister, Atira, who's going to be my assistant cameraman for the day, camera woman. So it should be a good time. She's going to give us a little insight too. We're going to try some food. Should be fun. Jordan, are you excited? She's excited. Alright, so first, we're going to go pick up the sister. So, woo! I got the sister. This is Atira.
Hello.
She's my oldest sister.
I'm the oldest of the sisters.
She's the oldest of the sisters. She used to work at Purple Chopsticks a long time ago. Maybe you just want to give us a little backstory on Chopsticks real quick before we get there.
Purple Chopsticks. Purple Chopsticks is not Chinese. It's not a Chinese restaurant.
People often think that though.
No. But it is an institution. A small institution.
An Athens institution.
An Athens institution.
It is a super small restaurant with maximum of like 4 or 5 employees.
Pretty much. There's only ever one cook, one server during the week. Weekends, 2 servers and a cook, maybe a dishwasher. But typically as a server, you're going to do everything. And that's the challenge of it. You have to be the super server. They're only open for 3 hours, 4 nights a week. It's not a cover-up operation. So it's fast-paced. You get people in and out. You're washing dishes. You're doing your salads. You're doing the desserts, your own appetizers, all of that.
Everything. You got to do everything.
Right. So it's not your typical server position. And then the chef is the same thing. Like you have no sous chef. You go in the prep. You cook the line yourself. And you work hard, but you make good money. You've always made great money.
Asia is married to Gabe.
High school sweethearts.
High school sweethearts.
They're married and they have a kid. They run the restaurant.
So you worked there with the sisters, right? Because the sisters eventually were the chef,
yes,
right? And the server.
When I started, Amelia and Maria were my best friends. So it was always like 3 of us under the ages of 25 running a restaurant, hungover half the time.
So you actually have put your own little stamp in the restaurant too, because you have a signature peanut pasta sauce.
I came up with the sweet potato peanut pasta. It's on the menu. A lot of the menu items have been on there since day one. The official cuisine, I think Ed calls it Appalachian Eclectic Fusion.
Appalachian Eclectic Fusion.
There's everything from sushi to pasta, curries, both Thai and Indian, crepes, you name it, they've got it. It's made like nowhere else. The place looks like a house, a brightly colored house where an eccentric person lives. There's no sign that really stands out to let you know it's there. Like I said, they don't advertise, but people who know of it love it.
It is a hidden gem, and we're about to go inside.
Uniquely Athens.
All right, let's go meet Asia and Gabe.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm at your restaurant.
Oh, yes, you are. Hello.
All right, this is Asia. This is my sister.
I'm Asia Fisher. I am general manager / owner / everything.
Tell me about your day as like a worker owner. Like, what do you do in the mornings? What starts the day off?
Wake up, take care of my kid, then we figure out a game plan, who's gonna go when. Sometimes I'll come down and listen to the answer machine, return some phone calls, start the linens, either at home or in the laundromat. One day I will have a standing washer and dryer in there. It's gonna be glorious, but until then, that's what I do. Then I, go home, make her lunch. She may take a nap, she may not, depending. Gabe comes in, I come back, I do lettuce, I turn on lights and air conditioners, and then I leaf blow. We haven't done that yet. It's real exciting stuff. Oh yeah.
Hi, Gabe. Hey, there's the chef.
Hi. Gabe Fisher, chef here at the Purple Chopsticks. My parents started this restaurant back in November of 1989. It didn't have a name when they opened, but they settled with Purple Chopsticks and the Antonucci Bakery. My mom did custom baked goods and have food will travel, so also catering. 30 years later, we're still here. 30 years this November.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is an impressive run for a restaurant.
Not too shabby.
So our families have known each other for as long as this restaurant has existed, basically.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That is a long time. Most restaurants don't even last 2 years.
Any starting business
Yeah.
typically doesn't succeed over 2 years. That's like the hardest time to make it through. Just a fun fact. Have both always been around.
Yep, my dad's always been around. He still is here for, the day-to-day and comes in and, groundskeeping.
He likes to say he's the gopher.
He's
If
the
you ask
gopher.
him,
He'll
he's
go
the
for this, go for that. We need some onions, so he'll bring them to you anytime. He's always by the red phone. Sometimes,
He doesn't
unless
know
his
that
phone's off or on silent.
Or
He doesn't
can't
know how to
answer.
really work his phone button. His sole chef every night that we're open.
What happens if you get sick?
And we're closed.
It's closed. Can't even make this lady over here do it.
I told you. He is Purple Chopsticks.
I take my vitamins every day. And I'm pretty healthy, so knock on wood.
Knock on wood. You got this.
Sisters, they both worked here, and now they both have their own businesses. Maria has a boutique in Idaho, and Amelia has the Strawberry Patch out on the Big Island of Hawaii.
But for the past 12 years, we have basically taken it over. Like, he does not leave, and if he's not here, then no one is cooking. A vacation here and there would be nice and not have to close. So,
Because you two are the babies, right? You're the youngest of the families?
Yes, we're both
yes.
babies. We're just a couple of babies playing restaurant.
Hardest parts about owning a restaurant is finding good employees, because it's hard to find people that care in this industry, where that will show up or do a good job or even care a tiny bit as much as you do, because this is your business, this is your baby. You want people to get good service and whatnot, but also not come in hungover or So I have a motto that I used to say, and it's I hire moms, not blondes, because typically moms are more reliable. And if we aren't open that much, and I can't get people to hire a stay-at-home mom, then they're like, yes, they're excited to come to work because they get to talk to adults and get out of the house and make some extra money for their family and in a good mood and happy to be here. But again, it's still hard to find people that want to work a shift here and there.
like a big dumpster. Like a lot of restaurants, just like big dumpster, throw everything away. So we compost all our compostables, and then we just throw away our trash, and we recycle all our recyclables. And some nights there's a lot because it's BYOB, so
Right.
you can bring in as much wine and as much beer as you want, and then you're just like, wow. But yeah, the less you can fill up the dumps, the better. So compost, recycle, and reuse. You know.
How did you two come to be together? Well,
He specifically asked you.
I mean, we've known each other our whole lives. I would say, so when I was like 12 or 13, our parents finally actually separated, and our father moved next door at the house that we actually rent out now because it's part of this. And he rented from Ed. And Gabe lived in the apartment above the restaurant, which is just a little studio, and so we were neighbors. I guess he was me in high school. I was like 13 and he was like
Just a couple of
16,
young teenagers who
17,
live by themselves.
Yeah. At
That's
least,
normal.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. And so we were friends for quite some time, and obviously over the years, maybe I had a little crush on him. We had our moments where we would like each other and moments when we wouldn't, and we had to work together because I started working here full time at 15, and he worked here on and off because he would leave for the winters once he graduated high school. I guess that was later on. And then he
So
moved to
basically,
Hawaii for a year, and I convinced him to move back and be with me, and we've been together ever since I was 19. So
how'd
The
she
rest is
convince you?
history.
How'd she convince you?
I have no idea.
he missed me. He moved to Hawaii and he realized he missed me and he wanted to come back and be with me. Oh. Oh, my game. What's up with this? It's not what's up with that. It's what's up with this. When I clean out the fridge or grab things and I say, what's up with this? And he gets annoyed.
It could be a random sauce or just, a couple of water chestnuts. What's up with this? And you say, that can go.
I say, it's time to play what's up with this. But
Or you're like, that's good stuff.
there's one less chef in the kitchen, so my fridge is pretty organized for once, so it's nice. Normally on Wednesday there's all what's up with this. Because it's all brunch food from Sunday that I throw away. From the papa. He does the brunch, but he doesn't like to throw food away, so he puts it in there, but then no one eats it in it.
And then it becomes a what's up with
this?
What's up with this?
People love our strong support of PassionWorks because there's so many eye-catching things along with that. I mean, it was a government-funded program that started 20 years ago, maybe 21 now, and it's especially handicapped adults that make all of these flowers. Actually, the passion flower is the flower of Athens. We have them in all different sizes, some in different colors, but mainly they just do those now. Just recently we did the whole ceiling with newer ones that they're doing.
Oh, there's a ton of there.
Oh yeah, and they started doing these lovely guitars. I went in and asked for the purple one because we are purple chopsticks, so I like to try to stay purple.
Right.
The tom yum, it's always on the menu. It's our house soup that we always have, and then we'll have a soup du jour, soup of the day, and it's a vegetable broth, spicy Thai soup, and it comes just with rice and beans and
This coconut milk.
coconut milk and spicy, salty. People love it. Even on a hot day, you're like, nobody wants soup. They come in, they get curry and soup. I don't know what they're thinking, but we like it.
All right. I'm gonna try the tom yum soup that we heard about. It's got the rice and beans and scallions in. Here we go. Tom yum. It is tom yum. No, for real, it's really good. Crisp.
We got 2 daisy chickens, a daisy tofu, a soup for dinner, and a peanut chicken. What are we known for? A lot of vegetarian dishes. We don't serve beef here.
We're known for being very eclectic. We we have a wide variety in our menu. So if you have people that say are a little pickier, like you can eat a chicken Alfredo for your dinner, but if you want curry, you can have curry, or a special stir fry, or seafood crepes.
Yeah, if somebody wants Thai food, you're usually going to a Thai restaurant. But if somebody wants Italian, you end up in an Italian restaurant. Here you can get Italian, Thai, Bolivian, something Southwest. We've got a huge variety of things, and most of the
Crab
things,
cakes.
everything's made to order to. So say you don't like onions, or you're vegan, or you don't want mushrooms in that, we can do that, and we can basically accommodate almost anything you want. I like to create specials nightly, whether it be, a lot of times I like to do pastas just because I'm Italian and I like pasta. I like making pastas, different veggies, different sauces. But yeah, most of the places around, they don't really have like big crab cakes. I'll try them, I'll be like, let's see what they're doing. And I'm like, that's super lame. So anytime I try and get something good and it's not good, I'm like, I'm just gonna make a better one. And it usually turns out good. So yeah, this is our special. It's 2 large crab cakes with our house veggies, which are tonight asparagus, broccoli, and carrots, with a Jamaican mango remoulade and jasmine rice. Yeah.
Purple chopsticks. Gabe Fisher's famous crab cakes. There we go. I don't really like crab cakes. Those are really good.
Here, good measure.
We had to come all the way to Ohio to have good crab cakes. That doesn't seem right. One dish in particular that like people come here like drive a million miles just to get.
We have a top 3. In my head, we have our red curry. It's a red Thai coconut curry, and then the seafood crepes and our sweet potato peanut pasta. I would say are our 3 biggest selling items.
Yeah.
He might say differently.
Those are definitely.
And it's
some
funny
good
because
ones.
none of those are my favorite. Like my favorite is our veggie pesto pasta because we literally make our pesto from scratch, and so
We got
it's super fresh and
a
delicious.
huge field of basil in the summer. What we do, we make it here and we grow it here. That's definitely a good one. And everybody has their own favorite, We've got people who come in, they get the Bolivian stir fry every time. That's their thing. Or seafood crepes every time. The green curry. So it really just depends on what you like, but I think once you find it on the menu, you kind of stick with it. Bolivian Al Gusto's got a sweet chili red wine reduction along with a medley of vegetables. This particular one has chicken, but you could also get shrimp or tofu or just vegetables.
Now she's done?
Now she's done. That's how we do it.
I'm not gonna lie, this is actually one of my favorite dishes here.
Why you never told me to get this?
I've had it 100 times. I love it every time. You really can't go wrong with it.
You never told me to get this. It's really good.
That's what I always get. You always get Jim's. You always want Italian. She always goes Italian, and I always go for this very strange, eclectic dish with rice, salsa, chips, pita, beans, chicken, and vegetables. But the sauce, the Bolivian sauce, is really what makes it
Very good.
so good. All right, we're gonna eat this. I'm not gonna make you watch us eat it because I know it's just making you hungry. But bon appetit. So good.
The chocolate cake
It's a
with
chocolate.
raspberry cream filling, chocolate ganache icing. It really hits the spot. Nice big piece of cake after your meal.
So like he said, there was an Antonucci bakery, which is his mother's maiden name, and she started out making that cake, and then unfortunately when we were younger she passed away, and his sister, who was probably 18 or so, started making it. And she made it for many years. And then my sister then started making it for many years. And then I made it for many years. And I was working other jobs also. And so I handed the baking off to Gabe.
And now I've
he
been
makes
baking
it.
them for many, many years. I've got people who order it for, their wife's birthday every year, and then the wife gets it for the husband's birthday every year. And so I make a lot of that cake.
I think it was my first birthday cake.
I don't even have to look at the recipe. 9 ounces of unsweetened chocolate, 3 cups of water, 3 sticks of butter, 6 cups of sugar,
All right, we don't need
3 teaspoons
don't
of
tell them all the
vanilla.
recipe.
You separate
I say
6
it's
eggs.
the most moist, delicious cake you'll ever have, though.
Dinner was delicious, and now we have this beautiful piece of decadent chocolate cake that we somehow have to try to fit into our stomachs. All right, here we go. Let's try the cake. The famous cake. Okay, it's not gonna be that hard to squeeze them in. Have to save me for later. You gotta come to Athens, Ohio. Purple Chopsticks. Just at least try this cake. It's amazing. All right, so good. I guess we can pay the check now. Check, please. So, what is your absolute favorite part of running this restaurant together?
You get to work with your spouse. It's a
Aw,
yeah,
that's not your favorite part.
no.
You get to boss your spouse around.
You're
No, you
different.
get the flexibility when you want it, but still you have the responsibility of keeping it open. And but I think my favorite part is just having people tell you how good of a meal and how great of a time they had, and they come back the next week because they just enjoy it so much, and that is really what it's all about. I think catering to your local people who just love it. So your neighbors, how many people that live on our street?
It's so
come in?
funny. I never saw any of those people come in, and then we moved into a new side of town, and now like a bunch of our neighbors are regulars now, and it's very convenient because we live literally 3 minutes from here. So.
All working out.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, thanks for letting me come in and disrupt your day.
Oh yeah.
We gotta get back to
Anytime.
work.
Come on back. I know. I gotta prep some salads.
I gotta do some work.
We gotta do some fun stuff though, right? Isn't that part of this? You come in and working, and then when we're off duty, we talk more shit.
Oh, that was a lot of fun hanging out with Asia and Gabe. Purple Chopsticks. We're stuffed now. Yeah, seems like they're doing pretty good. They just kept getting reservations after reservation after reservation. They're just slammed tonight, so I have to get out of there. Guess we'll go back to Savannah now, where the crab cakes apparently aren't quite as good. Did you have fun, Jordan? She did. We'll see you next time when we go beyond the check. Worker owner edition. Good times. Pull it out and have it
So you were mine.